Did you know that the frozen food in your fridge could raise your risk of cancer and dementia after you turn 70? Most people think frozen food is safe, convenient, and even healthy. But the truth is more complex. What doctors have discovered is that many frozen foods are packed with hidden dangers that can slowly harm the brain and body. This video isn't about rare or unusual products. It's about 6 common frozen foods that are often found in American homes. Foods that may seem harmless but could quietly increase your risk of serious diseases. Some of these items might even be in your freezer right now, and you might have eaten them without giving it a second thought. The good news is that once you know what these foods are and why they matter, you can make simple changes that will protect your health, help you stay independent, and give you more energy to enjoy life. By the end of this video, you'll understand how these 6 everyday frozen foods affect your body, why they are especially risky after the age of 70, and what healthier alternatives you can choose to stay safe. Stick around till the end because the most surprising food on this list is one you probably thought was healthy, but doctors warn it could be harming you. Let's get started. Number 15. Frozen berries with added sugar. At first glance, a bag of frozen berries seems like one of the healthiest items you could have in your freezer. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and flavor. But many frozen berry packs, especially the ones with syrups or sweeteners already added, are far from harmless. The hidden sugar and preservatives can slowly cause inflammation in the body, which is a key factor in both cancer and dementia. Let's consider 2 women, Linda and Patricia, both 74 years old. Linda buys plain frozen berries with no added sugar and uses them in oatmeal or smoothies. She feels energized, her weight stays steady, and her doctor is always impressed with her blood work. Patricia, on the other hand, picks the sweetened versions because she enjoys the taste and believes that fruit is always healthy. Over time, the added sugar leads to higher blood pressure, more belly fat, and increased fatigue after meals. What she doesn't realize is that these added sugars are fueling the very processes in the body that increase cancer risk and speed up cognitive decline. As we age, our bodies become less able to handle sudden spikes in blood sugar, and these changes can directly affect how our brain functions. The good news? It's an easy fix. Always check the label and choose berries that say unsweetened or no sugar added. If you find your berries taste bland, try adding a sprinkle of cinnamon or a few nuts instead of relying on syrup. The natural sweetness of fruit is often enough. This small change can protect your brain, reduce inflammation, and still let you enjoy the foods you love, without the hidden dangers. So, pay attention to the label. The difference between plain fruit and sugar, coated fruit could be the difference between protecting your brain and slowly harming it. Number 20. Frozen fish sticks and braided seafood. For many families, fish sticks or breaded shrimp are an easy way to get seafood on the table. They seem simple and safe, but under that golden coating is a mix of trans fats, additives, and refined oils that can slowly damage the heart and brain. Let's take 2 men, Charles and Edward, both in their late 70s. Charles buys plain frozen salmon fillets, seasons them lightly, and bakes them for dinner. His cholesterol stays steady, his mind remains sharp, and his doctor encourages him to keep doing what he's doing. Edward, however, has relied on frozen fish sticks for years because they're convenient and remind him of meals he once shared with his children. The breading is tasty, but it's fried in oils linked to inflammation and artery damage. Over time, Edward starts to notice that his memory isn't as sharp as it used to be. His blood pressure starts to rise and his energy fades. What seemed like a harmless comfort food is actually increasing his risk of both dementia and cancer. The issue isn't with the fish itself, but with the processing, the frying oils, and the preservatives used to keep its shelf stable for months. After the age of 70, the body's defenses aren't as strong and every hidden chemical takes a bigger toll. The solution? Keep seafood simple. Choose plain frozen fish, add your own seasonings, and cook it in healthy oils. If you want some crunch, coat it lightly with oats or whole grain crumbs at home, where you control the ingredients. Your body and brain will thank you. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move on. Number 30. Microwavable frozen rice bowls. At first, a frozen rice bowl might seem harmless, even convenient. Many older adults keep them in their freezer for nights when cooking feels like too much work. But these bowls are often packed with sodium, hidden sauces, and flavor enhancers that silently put stress on the heart and brain. Take 2 women, Dorothy and Helen, both in their early 80s. Dorothy prepares her own simple rice at home, freezing small portions of plain brown rice to reheat later. Her meals are balanced, her blood pressure stays in a safe range, and her memory remains sharp. Helen, however, often chooses ready-made frozen rice bowls because she believes they are portion-controlled and practical. What she doesn't realize is that one bowl can contain nearly an entire day's worth of sodium, along with additives like MSG that may worsen memory issues. Over time, Helen begins to notice her ankles swelling, her sleep becoming restless, and occasional brain fog. The convenience of these frozen bowls is costing her more than she expected. After 70, the kidneys and cardiovascular system become more sensitive, and too much sodium and additives can have a serious impact on overall health. Salt increases the risk of stroke, dementia, and heart disease. The good news is you don't have to give up easy meals. You can cook rice in larger batches, freeze plain servings, and then add fresh vegetables or lean proteins later. This way, you know exactly what's going into your food, and you can avoid the harmful sodium found in many frozen meals. Ask yourself, are the quick meals in your freezer supporting your health or slowly harming it? The solution could be as simple as taking a few extra minutes to prepare your own frozen staples. Number 4. Frozen pies and breakfast pastries. Few things are as comforting as a warm slice of pie or a flaky pastry with your morning coffee. Many older adults keep frozen pies, turnovers, or breakfast pastries on hand, thinking of them as small treats. But inside these frozen baked goods is a mix of refined carbohydrates, unhealthy oils, and preservatives that can quietly speed up aging and disease. Imagine two men, George and Raymond, both in their 70s. George enjoys baking simple pies at home using whole grain crusts and fresh fruit. He limits his sugar, uses healthy fats, and shares his treats with friends. Raymond, however, often turns to frozen pastries because they're quick and easy to prepare. What he doesn't realize is that the refined flour spikes his blood sugar, the hydrogenated oils stiffen his arteries, and the preservatives linger in his body, damaging cells over time. Slowly, Raymond begins to notice weight gain around his middle, sluggish mornings, and memory lapses that worry his family. Scientists have long linked diets heavy in refined carbohydrates and unhealthy fats to higher risks of cancer and dementia, especially in older adults whose metabolism is already slowing down. But there is a solution. If you crave something sweet, try making your own simple treats at home with healthier ingredients, or choose fresh fruit with a dollop of yogurt. Save the frozen pastries for rare occasions, not weekly habits. The comfort they bring is temporary, but the damage can last for years. Think carefully about what's in your freezer, because every small choice adds up to either more years of good health or more risk of decline. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Number 50. Frozen soups and stews. A carton or bag of frozen soup can seem like the perfect comfort food on a chilly evening. Many seniors keep them in the freezer, believing they're healthy and gentle on the stomach. However, most frozen soups and stews sold in stores are packed with hidden salt, MSG, and stabilizers that can slowly damage brain health. Consider two women, Alice and Betty, both in their 70s. Alice makes her own chicken and vegetable soup at home, freezes it in small portions, and reheats it when she needs a quick meal. Each bowl is rich in nutrients, low in salt, and satisfying without any added chemicals. Betty, on the other hand, often buys frozen soups because they seem healthy and save her time. What she doesn't realize is that these soups often contain nearly double the sodium of homemade versions, along with flavor enhancers like MSG, which are linked to memory problems and confusion in older adults. Over time, Betty begins to notice she feels bloated, her rings are tighter, and she struggles to remember simple details in conversations. The comfort she thought she was getting is quietly costing her clarity and strength. After 70, the body is much more sensitive to sodium and additives, and what once seemed harmless can now speed up the decline. The good news is that soup is one of the easiest meals to prepare in bulk and freeze safely. By making your own with fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and herbs, you control every ingredient. When you pull that container of soup from your freezer, ask yourself, is it truly nourishing you, or is it quietly adding stress to your heart and brain? By choosing to make your own, you're protecting your health today and the memories and independence you want to keep tomorrow. Number 60. Frozen smoothies and health shakes. When people see frozen smoothie packs or pre-made health shakes, they often think they're a quick shortcut to nutrition. After all, the packaging shows fruits, vegetables, and promises of energy. But many of these frozen products are far from natural. They often contain artificial sweeteners, emulsifiers, and thickeners that can disrupt your gut, and in turn your brain. Take Thomas and Harold, both in their early 80s. Thomas buys plain frozen fruit, blends it with spinach and yogurt, and enjoys a simple, fresh smoothie. His digestion stays steady, his weight stays healthy, and he feels mentally sharp. Harold, on the other hand, picks up branded frozen smoothie packs, believing the marketing makes them healthier. Over time, the artificial sweeteners upset his digestion. The emulsifiers alter his gut bacteria, and slowly, his memory and mood begin to change. What he doesn't realize is that the gut and brain are deeply connected. When one is out of balance, the other suffers. Doctors are now warning that these additives, though small in dose, can have a bigger effect when consumed regularly, especially in seniors. Instead of relying on pre-made packs, choose whole ingredients and make your own smoothies at home. It only takes a few minutes and you control exactly what goes into your body. Your brain will thank you for it. Ask yourself, are those frozen shakes really giving you energy, or are they quietly taking it away? The choice is yours, and every step toward natural, unprocessed foods is a step toward protecting your memory and independence. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Final thoughts. Now that you know about these 6 unexpected frozen foods, it's time to take a closer look at your own freezer. Are you storing items that seem harmless but are quietly adding to your risk of cancer and dementia? The surprising truth is that it's often the everyday foods, sweetened berries, braided fish, ready-made rice bowls, pastries, soups, and even smoothie packs that can slowly affect your health after 70. The good news is your future isn't set in stone. Most of these risks can be reduced simply by choosing simpler versions, avoiding unnecessary additives, and preparing meals at home where you control the ingredients. Your walking speed, memory, and independence, all of these can be protected by paying attention to what you eat each day. Think of it this way: your freezer can either be a source of strength or a hidden risk. The choice is in your hands, depending on what you decide to store inside. If you've noticed some of these foods in your own home, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Start with small steps. Replace sweetened berries with plain ones. Swap fish sticks for plain fillets, and trade processed rice bowls for your own frozen portions. Each small change builds a healthier future where you feel sharper, stronger, and more in control of your life. Longevity isn't just about adding more years. It's about adding quality to those years. Protecting your brain and body means you can stay independent longer, enjoy time with your family, and live with dignity and confidence. You're never too old to make a better choice for yourself. The power is in your hands, and the time to act is now. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts matter to us, so feel free to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.